Hey guys, welcome back to Los Artilleros. Today I'm going to be kicking off a new series. I'm going to be talking about each and every game that Chivas play this season, this upcoming Apertura. And hopefully it won't be too much of a negative series, but it does have a negative beginning, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, as you guys mostly know already, Chivas lost 3-0 in their opening game of the season against Santos Laguna. What can I say? It was obviously not the best way to start the league, especially when we all know that Chivas are staring relegation in the face this year. Again, I don't want to talk about it too much because I talked about it last video, but I really do question the preseason. Not just the Benfica game that happened like yesterday, but also all of them really. They all seem to be geared around making money, doing the whole tapping into the US market, making as much money as possible, ticket sales, shirt sales, etc. Obviously, Chivas have released their new kit for the season, and they obviously want to sell as many as possible, make as much money as possible. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have really worked on a plan for the season. Apart from Briseño and to a point Alanis, there doesn't seem to be a clear strategy when it comes to transfers. I don't think they planned too much ahead for the Uribe Peralta deal. I think that was probably just an opportunity that fell in their laps and they took it. So yeah, the preseason summer in general hasn't really been inspiring for me, unfortunately. Even with the signings, I mean, Briseño really pleased me because I think centre back and defence in general has been an issue for Chivas for the last, I would say, 2 calendar years, year and a half. And I think Briseño kind of slots in really well and instantly becomes our best defender. I also had high hopes for Rodriguez in goal. Obviously not a good game at all for him. Letting in 3 goals. I think one of them, was a bit soft. I think he could have saved it, but it is what it is. So yeah, the signings in general haven't been great for me. Obviously, I liked Briseño and I liked Alanis coming back in because I think they were better than pretty much any defensive player we had anyway. Uribe really confused me a little bit. I'm not quite sure why we got him. Seems to be that Thomas Boy wants to play him as the number 1 striker, which I really, really disagree with. I think that spot should be owned by Alexis Vega. I think Vega has a lot to prove, but I think he's shown already that he can score goals, and he would be good for Chivas if he just got the games. I think there's a reason why Tata Martino chose him to go to the Gold Cup and not, say, Macias, for example. I think he sees something in Vega. I would say Vega played better in the one game against Cuba than he ever has with Chivas, including the hat-trick against Atlas last season. And I think it's purely down to the fact that Chivas just don't seem to have a good coach, and they don't know how to get a good coach anymore. They don't know what a good coach looks like anymore. I think they've just gone with the easy options the last couple of appointments. I've got a scary feeling that we're going to be seeing Uribe start every game and Vega start on the bench, and that's the main thing that annoys me at the moment. It's because I think every Chivas fan knows that Vega has the talent and he has the basic ingredients. He just needs someone to just give it a little tap and let it all out, if you know what I mean. Whether he didn't start this game because he stupidly started against Benfica, again, I don't know why we played Benfica yesterday, or not. Maybe he was too tired to start this game, but it just seems like we've decided to go, okay, let's make as much money as possible. Let's sell as much shirts as possible. Don't worry about the first couple of games of the season, because obviously you've got Let's Go Madrid on Wednesday, which I don't understand it. I don't really get it at all. I don't think I've ever experienced a situation where a club starts their season and they're still essentially playing friendlies, pre-season friendlies, and it's a little bit confusing to me just what Thomas Boy gets tactically out of getting smashed by Boca Juniors and River Plate and Benfica and Fiorentina. I just don't get it. I get that there's a very, very strong economic side to it, but I don't know what Boy would get it. What does he get from scoring 1 goal or 2 goals in 5 games and conceding 8, 9? I don't know what he can get out of it. It doesn't seem like pre-season was orientated as preparing the team and getting the players in the right shape and having that basic idea of how to go through to the next season. It just seems like we want to make this money. You've got to kind of wrap yourselves around that. I think that's wrong. I think it's going to come back to bite Chivas in the ass. I think that it's not going to get any better anytime soon. I think we've got Tigres next. After we play Let's Go Madrid, obviously I think we're going to lose that game, obviously, quite easily. And then, before you know it, we're 2 games into the season and we have no points. We're dead last now, I think, at the moment. Not a great start to the season. Probably the worst start I could have imagined, in my opinion. Where do we go from here? I think Vega needs to be starting up front every game. Brizuela on one wing, Chofis on the other wing, although I'm not entirely happy that Chofis plays on the wing, but he's good enough to be incorporated into the team. And just have Partido as cam, just behind Vega. I think that could work. For God's sake, take Partido off penalties. Just have Vega or even Peralta take them from now on, please. Just sick and tired of watching Partido not score penalties. I would start Godinho against Tigres. I'll play Rodriguez against Atletico Madrid, even though we're obviously going to lose that game and it's probably not going to be a confidence booster at all. But I think Chivas need to go into this season combating Rodriguez and Godinho, trying to get the best out of both of them. So I'd start Godinho in the next game. Whether Boy will or not, I don't know. I just don't know whether he has any idea what he's doing, to be honest. The substitutions as well today was a bit mesmerisingly confusing. Just doesn't seem to be any idea from the backroom staff, the coaching, the manager. Doesn't seem to be any kind of idea of, okay, how are we actually going to avoid relegation this year? We need to improve this, we need to tweak that, we need to get this player playing there. There doesn't seem to be any of that. It's just let's make as much money as possible, lose a whole bunch of pre-season games, and then just hope for the best as when the season starts. We've got Uribe Peralta, which is a big name. I think the best bit of business Chivas have done, and I don't want to repeat myself too much, is bring Rodriguez back, because even though he had a poor game, I think him and Godinho competing against each other are going to bring the best out of each other eventually. And also I think Briseño coming in as centre-back, I think he's the best bit of business that Chivas have done. Alanis is good, you know, but I think Alanis is a good step below Briseño and only a couple of centimetres above every other defender that we have. So, yeah, suffice to say I'm not very hopeful for this season. But, you know, there is still time. There's, you know, it's only one game. But I just, unless things change and unless certain signs are made, I'm not sure Chivas are going to avoid relegation this year. I think this could be the year that they get relegated. But as I said, it's Liga MX, anything can happen to a point. Just not a very good start, unfortunately. But anyway. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this weekly weekly review of the games. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know as well. Comment, like, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for next week. Take it easy. Adios.